Happy Sunday morning. It's about 6:45 a.m. Tried to get some sleep last night. Didn't go very well, but I've just been thinking a lot. I saw a couple of videos from people yesterday, and I've seen statements, interviews with people about polling and trends and politicians talking about the importance of the midterms, as though the midterms are going to be what's going to save us from all of this. If Democrats can retake the House and the Senate, today is January 18th. The midterms are 289 days away, and assuming everything proceeds normally, and let's say Democrats win the House and the Senate on November 3rd, there's another 45 or 50 days before those candidates would be seated in the new Congress in early January of 2027. So it's like 335 or 340 days from today. And currently we have Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries offering to increase funding for ICE in exchange for ICE officers wearing body cameras. Donald Trump is trying to end mail-in ballots. Republicans in red states are going to start, I think they've already started, closing polling locations in counties with heavy Democratic voting presences. We've seen what they've been doing with redistricting. The DOJ is now investigating Minnesota Governor Tim Waltz and Minneapolis Governor Frye. The DOJ is investigating Renee Good and her widow, as opposed to investigating Jonathan Ross, the man who shot and killed Renee Good. This government, this president, the DOJ has declared all of us on the left to be domestic terrorists. They're doubling the size of ICE. ICE is killing people in custody. They're killing people in the streets. ICE agents are raping women and children, detainees in custody. We live in a surveillance state right now. ICE and DHS have spent billions and billions of dollars with companies like Palantir and others to surveil every aspect of our lives. So these midterms are not going to go normally. They're not going to go normally. What's to say if over the summer, the Cook Report just shifted 18 House races to lean Democrat. Unless they do something, there is nothing that Trump and Republicans can do to prevent Democrats from retaking the House. And with Mary Peltola jumping in the Senate race in Alaska, and with Trump's polling dragging down so many other candidates, Democrats have a viable path to retaking the Senate. And losing control of Congress is something that Donald Trump is not going to allow to happen. He's not going to do that. What's to say that, over the course of the summer, the DOJ launches criminal investigations into those candidates, Democratic candidates, for the 18 House seats that the Cook Report just shifted to lean Democrat, or the DOJ opens criminal investigations into the 5 or 6 Democratic Senate candidates who have a chance of winning Senate seats, taking them back from Republicans. Pam Bondi has shown the Attorney General that she will do literally anything that Donald Trump wants her to do, as has the U.S. Attorney for the District of D.C., Judge Boxawine Jeanine Pirro. Cash Patel is Cash Patel. I mean, you know, we can't wait until the midterms because this administration in its entirety is not going to permit midterms to go forward as normal. They're not. They're just not. Nothing about the last year has indicated anything other than the types of things that I've listed. As far as Trump and Pam Bondi and Cash Patel and DHS and their efforts to disrupt the midterm elections, arrest Democratic candidates before Election Day, and even if none of that stuff happens, the period of time between Election Day, November 3rd, and when a new Congress is seated, roughly 2 months later, the first week of January, what do you think Donald Trump will do during that period of time? Knowing that the Democrats won the House and or the Senate on November 3rd, but he's still got another 50 days until those winning candidates would be seated in the House and the Senate, turning control of those two bodies over to Democrats. Do you think he would just be like, oh, well, I guess we lost. That sucks. What do you think Mike Johnson would be willing to do during that period of time? Do you think Mike Johnson is just going to seat those candidates and swear them in at the beginning of January in 2027? It's not going to happen. Donald Trump doesn't have the power to cancel midterm elections. The president has no power over elections. Those are done by states and local jurisdictions at the county level. He can't prevent the elections from taking place, but he can send thousands and thousands and thousands of ICE agents into Harris County, Texas, where Houston is located. He can send them to polling places in black and brown neighborhoods all across this country on Election Day. And he's already trying to get rid of mail-in ballots. He's going to be screaming from the top of his lungs that these elections were fraudulent and that Democrats committed all kinds of mail-in ballot fraud. He's going to pull the same shit that he pulled in 2020. We are so far past waiting for the midterms. We are so far beyond that at this point. I don't know what's going to happen with the midterms, other than to say I absolutely have every bit of confidence in saying that this administration is not going to allow them to proceed normally. And who do we have on our side to fight against that? The leadership in the House and the leadership in the Senate are comprised entirely of corporate AIPAC Democrats who are just business as usual, man. They are just business as usual. Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are going to save us from this? Are you fucking kidding me? we're just going to hang out for 340 days and hope for the best.